Hey, SKOL Nation. What's up, you purple-blooded warriors? This is your die-hard Vikings fan coming at you live from the heart of Minnesota, where the horns are blaring and the energy is electric. Imagine this. The roar of US Bank Stadium shaking the foundations as our boys in purple gear up for a bloodbath against the Philadelphia Eagles this Sunday in Week 7. But hold up, before we dive into the chaos, picture Carson Wentz, our grizzled vet slinging lasers, staring down his old squad like a ghost from Philly's past. And McCarthy, our young gun's ankle is still barking, keeping him sidelined just a bit longer. If that doesn't get your blood pumping, stick around because we've got drama, stats, and a showdown that could flip the NFC on its head. Who's ready to break it all down? Let's charge into these Vikings news updates and talk like we're tailgating together. Because we are fam. Our Vikings are storming into Week 7 at 3-2. Fresh off that much-needed bye week that had us all refreshing our feeds like maniacs. We've clawed through some gritty international battles in London, snatching wins against Pittsburgh and Cleveland to keep our playoff dreams alive. But now, the Eagles roll in at 4-2, licking wounds from 2 straight gut punches. A collapse against Denver and a Thursday night demolition by the Giants. This isn't just a game. It's a NFC slugfest where both squads are clawing for that contender status. With our defense under Brian Flores holding firm at just 20 points allowed per game on average, and Philly's high-powered attack averaging 28, you can feel the tension building like a purple thundercloud. SKOL fans, are you feeling that bye-week rest turning into rocket fuel? Hit the comments. Do we shock the world or what? As we unpack this matchup, let's not forget the bigger picture. The Vikings are built to win now, with vets like Wentz steadying the ship and young stars like Justin Jefferson exploding for 449 yards already this season. Philly's got Jalen Hurts slinging for 1,172 yards and 8 scores, plus Saquon Barkley rumbling for 325 on the ground. But their skid has cracks showing. Our line's getting healthier, with Brian O'Neill eyeing a return soon, and that could mean Jordan Mason pounding for those extra yards he's already notched at 323 with 3 TDs. This game's got revenge written all over it for Wentz, facing his draft day squad for the first time since the trade. Teaser alert. By the end, we'll hit you with why sticking with Wentz might be our secret weapon. Buckle up, because this Vikings news breakdown is about to get savage. Who's got the edge in this Eagle-smashing fest? Diving straight into the heartbeat of our squad. That quarterback carousel that's got us all on the edge of our seats. McCarthy, our second-year phenom drafted to lead the charge, lit up those first 2 starts with a gritty 58.5% completion rate, 301 yards, 2 touchdowns, and yeah, 3 picks, rookie fire, baby. But that ankle sprain in Week 2 against Atlanta sidelined him faster than a blitz from Hank Interface. And now, fresh updates from Vikings.com and ESPN are whispering he's trending back but not rushing it. Head coach Kevin O'Connell's mantra? Full practice week before unleashing the kid. With limited sessions this week, McCarthy's grip on Week 7 is shaky at best. SKOL Nation, doesn't it kill you seeing our future QB pacing the sidelines? Drop your take below. What's your dream scenario for JJ's comeback? Enter Carson Wentz, the iron-willed vet who signed with us in August like destiny called him home to his North Dakota roots. Over the last 3 games, he's been a rock. 69% completions, 759 yards, 5 touchdowns, and just 2 picks, pure efficiency that's dragged us to a 2-1 record in his starts. Remember that toe-tap TD to Xavier Scott in London? Or the 81-yard bomb to Jordan Addison, the longest completion league-wide this year? Wentz is playing through a nagging shoulder tweak, but he's full go for Philly, turning this into his ultimate revenge arc against the Birds who drafted him number 2 overall back in 2016. Stats don't lie, folks. His 2025 Pro Bowl nod from that magical Eagles run still echoes. As a fellow Vikings diehard, I get chills thinking about him torching his old D-line. Who's hyped for Wentz's redemption tour? Tell me in the comments if he's earning that permanent purple jersey. But here's the gut check. With McCarthy's high ankle sprain lingering, reports from NFL Network and Newsweek pegging it as a cautious rehab, O'Connell might not hand the keys back right away. Darren Wolfson from KSTP dropped a bomb. He can't imagine JJ suiting up even for that short Week 8 tilt against the Chargers. That pushes his return to Week 9 on November 2nd, Road tripping to face those pesky Lions? Wait, no Tigers? My bad. That's baseball fever talking. If Wentz keeps stacking Ws, why fix what's clicking? Our offense is humming at 24 points per game under him, and with Jefferson and Addison feasting, we're playoff-bound material. This QB saga's got more twists than a Vikings rally. Stay locked in, because next up, we're slicing into how this impacts our Eagles blueprint. What do you think, fam? Stick with the vet or unleash the rookie fire? Picture this: U.S. Bank Stadium on October 19th, noon kickoff under the lights, Fox calling the action as 66,000 purple faithful erupt like Vikings at Valhalla's gates. The Eagles, defending Super Bowl champs from last year, limping off back-to-back losses. Down 17 to Denver before choking, then torched 34-17 by the Giants on short rest. Jalen Hurts? Elite with 1,172 yards and 8 TDs, but their O-line's leaky, allowing 2.5 sacks per game lately. Saquon Barkley's a beast at 325 rush yards, but our front seven, led by Jonathan Greenid, has been devouring backs at 3.8 yards per carry allowed. This is our house, SKOL Warriors. We've won 4 of the last 6 against Philly, flipping the all-time series to our favor at 16-15 now. Who's feeling that home field thunder? Shout it out. Does Flores' scheme swallow Hurts whole? Now, layer in the injury fog that's making this preview a nail-biter. For Philly, Jalen Carter's back from a heel issue, beefing up their D-line that already ranks top 5 against the run. But Quinyon Mitchell's hamstring has him iffy, leaving corners Adoree Jackson and Khalil Ringo to shadow our WR duo. Jefferson's 449 yards and Addison's speed could feast like Thanksgiving turkey. On our side, Blake Cashman and Andrew Van Ginkel are ramping up from the bye, bolstering a LB core that's flying around at 11 forced turnovers already. And don't sleep on RT Bryan. O'Neal's potential return, protecting Wentz's blindside against Haason Reddick? Game changer. Vikings news is buzzing with this. ESPN's power rankings have us sliding to number 17 post-bye, but that's fuel, baby. Quick question for you. If we bottle up Barkley, is this a rout? Spill your predictions below. Strategically, this matchup screams trenches war. Philly's averaging 28 points but coughing up 24 in losses, while our D's held foes under 20 in those London W's. Wentz versus his old squad? He's 1-to-1 lifetime against them. But with our run game gelling, Mason's 323 yards, 3 scores, we control the clock and let Flores unleash blitzes. O'Connell's script: quick slants to Jefferson, play-action bombs to Addison, and red zone hammers from Aaron Jones if he's back healthy. Eagles are 2-point faves per BetMGM, but Dimers gives us a shot at the upset with home mojo. Tease for later: how McCarthy's delay reshapes our season arc. SKOL fam. This feels like destiny. Who wins and why? Drop those hot takes. Let's build the hype together. Zooming into Wentz's world for a sec. Man, signing with us in August after that Chiefs stint felt like closing a circle. Born a Vikings fan in North Dakota, he crushed college at NDSU with records in yards and completions, then led Philly to that epic Super Bowl 52 run before injuries hit. Now, at 32, he's our bridge QB, completing 69% with that veteran poise, 5 TDs and 3 starts, outdueling Sam Darnold in camp for the backup nod. Facing the Eagles? It's poetic. Traded away after 2020, now slinging at Lincoln Financial ghosts in purple. Reports from Vikings.com highlight his media chat this week. It's business, but yeah, extra motivation. With 759 yards already, he's got us at 3-2, proving vets win rings. As your fellow fanboy, I love this redemption. Doesn't it fire you up? Comment. Wentz MVP of the game or nah? But let's not gloss over the shadows. Wentz's shoulders barking from that London hit against the Browns, yet he practiced full go, per O'Connell's Friday presser. Vikings announced it loud. Wentz starts his 4th straight, keeping McCarthy's ramp-up cautious. NFL Network's awkward drop? McCarthy's trending, but Wentz's the guy Sunday. That means no rookie magic just yet, but it buys time for JJ to hit 100%. Remember his 301 yards in those debut starts? Pure potential. Meanwhile, Wentz's efficiency, 69% versus JJ's 58.5%, has our offense clicking at 24 ppg per ESPN stats. This delay, smart chess, not panic. SKOL Nation, it's got me torn. Loyal to the kid or ride the hot hand? What's your call in the comments? We're in this saga together. Tying it back to the big board. With Wentz locked in, our game plan sharpens. Lean on his quick release to exploit Philly's secondary woes. They've allowed 250 pass yards per game lately. Jefferson's feasted on corners like Ringo with 449 yards and 4 scores. Pair that with Addison's YAC magic, and we're talking 300-plus air yards easy. Defensively, Flores schemed wonders overseas, forcing 8 turnovers in 2 games. Target hurts happy feet under pressure. All-time, we're 16-15 versus Eagles, owning the last 4 head-to-heads. Power rankings be damned, we're number 17 on Bleacher Report. This by refueled us for a statement. Hype check. Who's tuning in with me at noon Eastern Time? Let's predict scores below. Vikings 27, Eagles 20? Shifting gears to McCarthy's rehab roller coaster, our golden boy from Michigan, number 10 pick who's already got that championship pedigree from his college days. That week 2 ankle tweak against Atlanta? High sprain, per the Viking age, sidelining him for what was supposed to be 2 to 4 weeks, but caution's king. Updates from Tom Pelissero and Tracy Wolfson paint a pic. He traveled to London for team vibes and rehab, dodging IR to stay flexible. Now, post-bye, he's in limited drills, but O'Connell's firm. No full snaps till he's ironclad. Newsweek quotes JJ himself, getting healthy, but no rush, team first. With a meniscus tear last year robbing his rookie year, this feels like deja vu, heartbreaking for us fans, right? Who's as gutted as me? Share your JJ comeback playlist ideas in the comments. Yet, silver lining, this buys Wentz reps to gel with the crew, and JJ gets mental reps studying film, crucial for a guy who flashed 301 yards and 2 scores in his first 2 outings. Stats from Purple PTSD. Wentz's 2-1 stretch without him proves depth, but McCarthy's upside? Sky high with that 58.5% clip begging for polish. Wolfson's KSTP scoop hits hard. No Week 8 versus Chargers likely. Eyeing Week 9 at Detroit on November 2nd. That's a divisional bloodbath to relaunch in. Imagine JJ under the lights, silencing Lions doubters. O'Connell's vision. Full practice week first, echoing his preseason blueprint. As a passionate SKOL screamer, I believe in the kid. Does this timeline crush your hopes or build suspense? Let's debate it out below. Framing the QB choice long-term. O'Connell could ride Wentz's wave if he drops a W on Philly, eyeing that win-now mode with our stacked roster. Wentz's 759 yards and 5 TDs scream reliability, while JJ's 3 picks in limited action whisper growing pains. But flip it, McCarthy's mobility and arm talent could spark Addison Jefferson fireworks, pushing us past 28 ppg. Vikings news from Forbes flags this 4-game stretch. Eagles, Chargers, Lions, next foe TBD, as make or break for standings. With NFC wildcards tight at 3 to 3 teams nipping, every snap counts. Teaser, up next, how this QB drama fuels our Eagles upset. Fam, if you're JJ or Wentz all the way, scream it in the comments. Who leads us to the dance? All right, Purple Horde, let's paint the rivalry canvas. Eagles-Vikings, 31 meetings all time, but we've owned the recent script with 4 straight WS, including playoff heartbreaks turned triumphs. Philly's Super Bowl hangover? Real, back-to-back losses exposed their 24 points surrendered per defeat, with Hurts sacked thrice last outing. Our D? Flores Chaos has 11 picks league-wide, top 10 in disruptions. Home at US Bank, we're 2-1 in domes this year, feasting on visiting QBs. Fox broadcast at noon, perfect for that midday SKOL chant sinking nationwide. Daily Norseman calls it the Wentz revenge gay, poetic justice against the franchise that shipped him out. Who's got chills? Predict the turning point in comments. Jefferson bomb or Flores strip sack. Key chess moves. Contain Barkley early, our LBs with Cashman ramping, limit him to 3.8 YPC average. Offensively, Wentz's play action, hello, 81-yard Addison screamer, shred zones. Phillies allowed 250 pass YPG lately. Weather, dome perfection, no excuses. Eagles practice squad adds hint at depth worries. Per their site, while we're healthier post by O'Neal Van Ginkel primed. AZ Central picks Philly by a whisker, but I say nah, Vikings grind a 24-20 W. This from a fan who's bled purple since '98. SKOL energy check. What's your bold prediction? Over under 48.5 total points. I'm over. Baby, let's fill those comments. Broader stakes? A W catapults us to 4-2, nipping at NFC North heels. Lions 4-1, Packers lurking. Philly drops to 4-3, skid deepens. Pressure on their dynasty talk. Our international grit, 21-17 over Browns in London, proves mettle. Now domesticate these birds. Vikings.com schedule spotlights. Tickets hot, digital passes flying. Engage mode. If you could swap one player with Philly, who and why? Hurts for Wentz? Nah, we're loaded. Wrapping this rivalry riff, next we circle back to QB futures. Who's watching with beer in hand? Tag a buddy below. McCarthy's sidelight status amps the intrigue. What if Wentz falters? JJ's poised, per his October 15th update, healthy and hungry. But that ankle's no joke. Lingered from Week 2's Falcons fiasco. Recall 301 yards in starts, but those 3 INTs showed raw edges. O'Connell's patience? Wise, rushing rookies back from sprains is recipe for disaster, as his 2024 meniscus proved. Full week practice rule means Week 9 Lions debut. A brutal road test against Dan Campbell's Smashmouth crew. But hey, narrative gold. JJ versus divisional foes. Silencing doubters with a 300-yard revenge arc. As your hype man, I'm all in. Doesn't this build epic tension? Your thoughts? Ready for JJ in purple armor? Contrast Wentz's steadiness. 10th NFL year. That NDSU grit carrying him through Philly's Super Bowl glory. 11-2 pre-injury 17. Signed post-Chiefs workout, he edged backups in camp, now 2-1 with us. Shoulder soreness? Battled through London. Full practice Friday. Vikings Twitter lit up with the start confirmation. His 69% clip dwarfs JJ's early mark, and that 5TD punch keeps us humming. Forbes dubs it his primed moment in this 4-game crucible. Long view, if Wentz goes 3-1 here, does he lock starter through bye? Stats say yes, 759 yards, low turnovers. Fan poll time. Wentz for the run or JJ takeover? Comments are your megaphone. Decision dawn. O'Connell's post-game chats will spill tea, but pre-Eagles, it's Wentz's show. Buys JJ mat time, strengthens bonds. Playoff lens? We're competitive at 3-2, per power ranks, eyeing wild card with this W. McCarthy's delay stings, but it's chess, not checkers. Full health trumps haste. Eagles preview tie-in, Wentz's Philly intel, old schemes, could flip scripts. SKOL faithful, this QB crossroads has me pacing. What's your gut on the starter post-week 7? Let's unpack more in comments. Next up, Eagles deep dive. Eagles autopsy time. 4-0 start defending their Lombardi. Then boom, 14-point lead evaporates versus Denver. Giants drop 34 bombs on TNF. Hurts? 1,172 yards, 8 TDs, but 3 picks in losses signal skid jitters. Barkley's 325 rush yards shine, but O-lines crumbled, 2.5 sacks/game lately. Their D? Top 5 run stuff, but pass coverage leaked 250 YPG. Carter's heel return bolsters, but Mitchell's hammy? Question mark against Jefferson's wizardry. On Pattison preview, Eagles desperate, but our home mojo, 12-25 historic versus champs, 7 home WS, flips odds. Who's sensing upset vibes? Your Eagles weakness pick in comments? Our blueprint to bird flip. Flores blitzes Hurts early. We've forced 11 picks, he's fumbled thrice. Wentz? Quick game. Slants to Naylor. Deep shots to Addison. That 81-yarder. Run balance with Mason's 323 yards keeps clock spinning. Phillies practice buzz? Dean back, but depth thin we exploit with Jones' red zone nose. USA Today wires. Wentz starts confirmed. Revenge brewing. Bold call. Vikings D holds M under 17, Wentz 250-2. Teaser. Post-game ripple on QB. SKOL squad. Score prediction? 23-16 Vikings. Agree? Flood those comments. NFC ripple. W vaults us toward 4-2. Breathing down Lions' necks. L for Philly? 4-3 panic mode. Dynasty doubts. Our bye? Perfect reset. Healthier lines. Fired up secondary. Vikings territory. Fans need this W for morale. Engage. If Jefferson won 50-plus yards, do we cover the 2-point spread? Yes. Wrapping Eagles edge. Next. Season arc with QB twist. Who's streaming Sunday? Share your watch party deets below. QB futures under the microscope. Wentz's Philly dagger could cement him as win-now anchor, especially with 69% efficiency and low INTs. JJ. Week 9 Lions return means divisional drama. His mobility versus their front could spark 28-plus PPG explosions. O'Connell's call? Data-driven. If Wentz 3-1 in stretch, ride it. JJ flashes, insert. Per FTW. No rush on Rook. Smart for longevity. Our 3-2 perch? Playoff fringe. But this path keeps us contenders. Fan heart. I crave JJ's spark, but Wentz's grit wins games. Your vote. Extend Wentz or crown JJ? Comments now. Stats seal it. Wentz's 759 yards top JJ's 301 in half the games. But youth upside? Priceless. Injury echo 2024 meniscus robbed a year. Now ankle tests resolve. KSTP's Wolfson. Week 8 doubtful. Full November charge. Lions on November 2nd? Perfect stage road warrior test. Vikings news pulse. Competitive core shines. Playoff echo from 22 run. As your purple preacher, this suspense slays me. Who's your QB1 long haul? Let's hash it. Final thoughts incoming. Season symphony. QB flux fuels fire. Wentz stabilizes. JJ elevates. Eagles W. Momentum to Chargers shorty. Then Lions gauntlet. NFC. We're in hunt. 3-2 with upside. Faithful. You've ridden this wave. Now act up. Like if hyped. Comment your Eagles score. Sub for daily SKOL drops. Share with your tailgate crew. Who's with me? SKOL Vikings. Let's hunt.